No, when you go live on here, a lot of times people find your channel anyway because they're on there clicking that thing looking for live videos.
Right on.
A
All
lot of
right.
people go to the homepage on YouTube and they just click live videos because they're looking for a live video to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's why it
put
helps
this
your
camera
channel
over
to
here.
have live videos. But you can't
Yeah,
do live videos until you reach a certain threshold.
that's what I've been told, that like you
Yeah,
can't go live until you have certain amount of subscribers, like over 1,000, I think it is.
yeah, and it's like that on TikTok too. I finally got to the threshold,
Hmm.
got above the threshold on TikTok this past week, so I can start going
See,
live on there now.
I was looking at using that name that you started calling me, Charlie Corona, and
Yeah, it's catchy. Hey,
I
this
was look
Trucker Hershey. Trucker Hershey sent me some stuff. Yeah, what were
I
you
was
saying?
I was looking on TikTok, but I couldn't do it on there because there's already like a ton of people that already had that name, unless I use a different variation of it or
Really?
something.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it don't matter because it really. You know what? I don't think it
Hmm.
matters because if your following will be your following, and you can drown them out with more views. You know,
Yeah, because most of them didn't even have profile pictures or any
it
videos or
might actually
anything.
help you. Yeah, it might
Yeah.
actually help you because
They'll be
yeah, I
looking for
don't know.
them and then come over. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
because you
might
can like
work.
drop a comment on their videos or something if
Hmm.
they have any videos. You're like, hey, I'm
Right
the
on.
real Charlie Corona.
Exactly. I'm the
DJ
real
Fire says
deal.
it's Friday. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, okay. So a guy named Quentin commented on that video that I posted earlier and said that guy is fired.
Mm.
The guy that crushed his fairing, he's
Yup.
fired. He said
I
he
bet it.
worked. Yeah, I think he works over there.
I bet it was because of the U-turn, no matter what. Probably not so much about crushing the fairings.
Yeah, maybe so. No, Hershey, we just came on. We just decided to start it early. Jordan B, what's up? He said Jordan B's at Jed. Uh, yeah, that would suck for him to get fired like that. But you know what? He posted that on Reddit without really trying to hide his identity. But that's because he's a rookie, right? He didn't know. He don't know. He don't realize the truck numbers in the corner of the cab and all that.
He's gonna learn quick. Don't post any of your mess ups on social media ever.
Yeah, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't
not
post anything about your
not
job
unless
on
you do
social
something incredibly impressive, like flipping the truck over, and then that
Boy,
video
yeah,
where the guy's picking the rocks out of the tires. He's
yeah,
like, "You got to keep these tires clean," and backs up and it's sideways.
yeah. Man, I mean, yeah, if you know it's your last day to ever work there, then why not, you know?
That's true. But like you said earlier, though, whenever it comes down to like the smaller companies, man, they really don't care what's on your DAC report, especially
They
for
don't,
something as
man. The
minuscule as
ones that
that.
pay really good and treat you good, they don't care about a DAC report. They
Not
care
at all.
about people, you know?
Hmm. They need meat in the seat. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the
That
easy
DAC
way to
report
say it.
thing, that thing with the DAC report, that was those mega carriers that came up with that to entrap you at those companies, bounce you around from
Exactly.
one Mormon to the other, you know? That's what
And I
they're doing, you know?
definitely, because I started to feel that kind of grip at a company that I was previously at. Like they wanted to keep me there for a while. And man, once I started feeling that grip tighten, like they were
Boy,
making me
no,
feel
God.
like you can't go anywhere else. It's on your DAC report, blah, blah, blah. I was looking
Yeah.
for my first way out.
Yeah, you have to sometimes. I've seen drivers that had been up a fender or something, you know, and they're like, dude, I'm going to get the first job that'll take me. Because they got to get out of there and get to another company before that stuff shows up on the record, you
Yeah.
know.
And
Hershey said, I've done U turns, but they were legal and not in any grass. Everybody's had to do them at some point, you know.
yo,
But you're not supposed to do them in the middle of the highway and tear your truck up.
I've I've done them before. I may have done one recently, but I just do it to where I know that I can do it confidently. I
Yeah.
don't get myself stuck or get stuck in the median going through grass or anything like that.
That's for
And
CR England drivers.
or Swift. I'm just messing with you. Western
Yeah.
Express is bad about it.
Yeah, Swiftwood.
That
Yeah, Swift
and going
driver.
around narrow bridges.
What has gotten into Western Express? Western Express is the one now, right? They're just
Yeah,
tearing up their trucks left and right, man.
it's starting to seem that way, man.
I
I've been
see
seeing
those
them a
trucks
lot on
pull up
social
everywhere.
media, Facebook trucker groups.
Yeah,
They're starting to get that reputation. They're stealing the spotlight on that.
yeah, yeah, they are, man.
Hey, I
Tearing up
tell you,
trucks left and right.
I was at Iowa 80 last night. I pulled in there before the rain hit and found me a parking spot back in the way back 40. Come to find out, they were having the Trucker Jamboree, the biggest truck show they have, and there was no parking hardly at all. Finally
Really?
got in there. Yeah, I went down. It was like midnight when I got there. Walked down to the truck stop and had
Huh.
dinner and was gonna go over and look at the trucks because they're still on display. But man, I saw that lightning in the sky. I hightailed it about half mile back to my truck. Got to my truck just in time, and the storm came down.
Yeah.
Man, they had some beautiful classic trucks over there.
I always forget about
Really
the
beautiful.
Great American Truck Show and then the jamborees. I always forget about that stuff.
I do
Yeah.
too. I didn't even know it was going on whenever I pulled in, and I was like, "What is going on here?" I was like, "Oh no, it's that time of year again." But when
you,
is
you,
the or where is the Great American Truck Show? That one's in Missouri, isn't it?
I think so. I know YouTube truckers used to always talk about going to that stuff. I don't hardly ever hear anybody talk about it anymore. I don't know what happened. Well, I know Chasing Andrew Jackson tried to go one year and he ended up in a whole bunch of trouble. I forgot what happened, you know. Cost
Oh
him a
wow.
lot of money to go because he was owner operator paying for the fuel, and then he ended up getting in a bunch of trouble or something.
Oh man.
I think that kind
I
of
remember
ruined it.
watching him. Yeah, he didn't he go to the oil fields for a while or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Hmm.
wouldn't want to do that job. It's too freaking nasty and dirty, you know, and
Hmm.
it just, I don't know. I think I could make a living doing something different, you know. I met a
Yeah.
guy one time that had three trucks out in the oil field, though. He had drivers in them. He didn't drive them himself, and he was living over in the Philippines. And he's an American guy, middle aged, but he came here because he said every time he pays a truck off, he gets another truck. You know, he buys another truck. He sells that one, buys another truck, and that's what he was doing. I took him
Hmm.
to Summit, took
Okay.
him to Summit to buy trucks. I don't know how many, but so his trucks ran here in the oil field, and he lived in the Philippines. So he said he lived off $800 a month.
That's pretty smart. Man, he
Yeah,
could save up millions doing that.
yeah,
If there's
bro.
still millions to be made in trucking. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
these
Oh
fuel
man, the fuel
prices are
price.
getting crazy.
Gosh, I know America collapsing, man. No,
Yeah.
man. 'Cause like I said in that last video I just uploaded, uh, okay, if the freight rates go up with the price of fuel, we got cost of goods we can't afford. If it don't go up with the cost of fuel, we're all going to be out of a job. There's not going to be
Yeah.
any products on the shelves, you know?
There's so many rumors going around right now that it's scary to listen to them all,
It is, yeah.
but you want to be prepared. And the thing about preparing for something like this is if you give people the masses even just the slight sliver of hope, they won't prepare for anything if it should
Yeah, I know.
fall or collapse. But then
Yeah.
at the same time, you want to have hope, but you need to be prepared just on the safe side, you know? It never hurts to have a first aid kit or a
Yeah.
spare tire in your car. So why not be prepared with a few days extra worth of groceries
That is
in
true.
case?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because, I
or
mean, they didn't believe the toilet paper thing was going to happen.
I know, right?
No one
Can you
prepared, you know?
imagine in 20 years the history lessons about the great butt wipe,
Yeah,
the great shortage of
toilet paper
2020?
shortage. Yeah,
That's going to be a fiasco for the history books right there.
yeah, yeah. Toilet paper was worth more than gold,
Oh,
and
man, it
now
was.
beer is cheaper than gasoline.
It should always be that way. Well, let's hope it stays that way, right?
Yeah, man, it's crazy right now. I mean, so we keep hearing rumors that they're running out of fuel and oil. Okay, 8 to 10 weeks until they run completely out. Russia's not going to send anymore. China's not going to help. But this country has plenty of oil. All we have to do is drill it. It's just that this current administration says, no, we're not going to do that. We'll find someone to buy it from, I
I,
guess. I don't know, but this is a mess. It's really
I
screwed
think
up.
it's all so they can push that agenda of going
Elec-
electric on everything.
yeah, electric trucks. Yeah, well, there's none. There's none for sale. Where are we going to get them from?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
want us to
okay, so
all
that's
go
why I posted
green.
the thing about the hot rodders in the comment. I mean, this description of this video. Hot rodders may end up saving freaking America. I saw a video clip of a guy where he had stripped out the drivetrain from his truck and installed two electric motors, one for each drive axle, and stuffed the front of the truck full of batteries. Okay, if it don't have an engine and transmission, then what the hell else do you do with that space up there, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, fill it with
And the,
batteries.
and if I remember right, each electric motor is 240 horsepower, something like that. So you got 480 horsepower to those drives. That's a little more than what our trucks have now.
Yeah,
And
it's.
electric motors are off torque. So I mean,
I think
why
with
wouldn't it
like
work?
the Volvos that we're in, I think they're like 540 horsepower.
Yeah, maybe
So I mean,
so.
it's pretty close. So I mean, it's enough to climb a hill.
Yeah, is enough to be worth the savings, on fuel?
Yeah.
Probably.
And if you could shove that many batteries, that much space, I think you'd be doing with better than what they're projecting with what batteries they're going to put in.
Yeah, Hershey said, "What happens when everyone plugs in their electric car every night? Grid already having rolling blackouts." Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So what
Exactly.
would have to happen? You'd have to set up solar chargers. Solar
I wonder
powered chargers somehow, or wind. Yeah.
they're going to do that or put a solar panel up on the top of the truck to trickle charge
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Have to swap out trucks. Like they'd have to be smarter about it. They'll have to run like these LTLs where you're not running all over creation looking for a load. Okay. They're gonna have a route. You run so many hours out, you drop that truck off and that load, and you got one sitting there that's been charging all day that you pick up and drive it
That's a
back.
good
You
idea.
know, that's how you drop in and hooking trailers. Then you gotta have local people that are gonna take those trailers to where they go. So the truck's gonna sit however long it takes for it to charge, and then it can be driven any other time other than that.
Or
And just
wireless
swapping them out,
charging.
slip
If they
seating
have
with drivers. Yeah,
wireless charging built into the roadways or maybe into the
maybe
parking
too.
slips at the truck stops, where we
Yeah,
park, that would be ideal too. Because
yeah,
if they
yeah.
put a
That would be.
pole there, if they put a pole there, some trucker is going to hit that thing.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I
I,
remember
I,
back in the day when they had the little round things. Oh, you call them round things in the parking spaces at the truck stops. And internet cables came out of it. You plugged the internet into for your truck,
for the idle
and
air
people
and everything
tore them
too.
damn things. Yeah, people tore them things up, man. How
Mm,
the hell they did? No one knows.
they said them things were full of more rats than they were cold air.
Yeah,
Rats would get in there and
probably.
make nests and stuff too. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
can you imagine hooking that thing up? Got to turn it on, thinking you're going to get some cold air without having to idle your truck. Here comes Mickey and Minnie just jumping out and running all over your truck. Help me!
yeah. Oh man. Hershey's always got something negative to say. He says solar charging at night. Hey, but that's good that he's like that because I mean we get to correct him.
Bring
Okay, so
up that
Hershey, no,
perspective.
not solar charging at night. Solar charging during the day, but it's got to produce enough power that it'll run the truck. That
Hmm.
you can charge the trucks during the day or whenever the charge goes into a battery.
I used to
Yeah.
have on my bicycle this little thing that would connect to my
Oh, it
frame,
would.
and it would touch against the bicycle tire, and as the tire was spinning, it would power the light on the front of my bike so I could see at night to ride. Why
Oh,
don't they have
cool.
something like that for the battery charging, or
Well,
an
the Teslas
alternator?
have regenerative braking, so when you let off the accelerator, it applies the brake and it regenerates electricity. So
Yeah.
they do have something like that, but there's a lot of stuff we could be doing better and different, But what gets me is here they're talking about 8 to 10 weeks before we run out, and now there nobody's doing anything, nobody's done anything. They're gonna wait till we're completely stopped in the middle of the road, and then they're gonna say, "Okay, now we have to do something." You know?
It may be a good time for a trucker protest. We've been looking for good
Yeah.
times. Hey, we can't all shut down at once. It seems like we can't all organize at once. But by God, we can stop moving when there's no fuel. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have no choice. They are
That's
they
right.
are protesting now out in California and some other areas, but I
AB5,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's not everybody, of
It's
course, but
it's mainly affecting the guys out in California that are
yeah,
basically owner operators, but they're leased on to companies.
yeah.
And
So many of them lost their jobs last week and the week
yeah,
before.
they
They had to turn the
were.
truck
I saw a
in.
video where they were shutting down the highways, the interstates out there. They were
Yeah, 'cause they were told
rolling
to turn their
roadblocks.
trucks in, so they parked them in the middle of the highway.
hmm Good for
Yeah,
them, man. I'm proud of them. At
yeah,
least they did
yeah.
something productive with what happened to them. I
I
just
knew it
hope
was
that
gonna
it
happen.
really.
Yeah, because I mean, they were hauling the companies they were hauling for weren't gonna hire them. There's a reason why they're 1099. I mean,
hmm
they're lease purchase in 1099. Because those companies don't really want to have them as employees. They're hauling Walmart freight out of that port. Do you think Walmart's really gonna hire them? Hell no.
No,
It's
Walmart
hard
won't
to get a
hire them
job
unless
Walmart
they have to have
as
them.
a
But I
driver.
mean, truckers are always in demand. Walmart may hire them, but if you flood them with
Yeah,
so many applications all at one time, then they've got their pick of the litter. Then where do
yeah,
you go
that's
when they
true.
get all their top choices?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Man, yeah.
I look at it like this. If you're in a job right now for the next 8 weeks, I would stay there no matter what. Maintain
Yeah,
what you
whatever
have,
job you got right now, you need to keep it because everything could collapse. There may not be any jobs soon.
put
Hershey said
away.
they want it all to collapse, then they will bring their solution. Maybe so. Maybe a
hmm
hyperloop or something is what they have in mind, but it'll take so long to build something like that, though.
Yeah, I mean they work great in China. I've heard that the ones out in China they don't even have like very many safety precautions involved with them or anything, but they've
Yeah.
had almost zero accidents, zero fatalities, and they run great.
Well, Elon might have to break out the rockets.
Can
Transport the
you
freight with
imagine a
rockets.
rocket powered truck? Whoo, man, we'd be flying down a highway.
They can fly the
Man.
freight from one side of the country to the other, you know.
hmm
Well, that would be
Just
one hell of
give
an
it give us
expensive
an
transportation
autobahn.
method.
Get like a
Yeah.
trucker autobahn going from coast to coast and just
Well, see,
drop
I mean,
tanks.
the rails can haul it. It just
hmm
take longer. But here's the thing: they're talking about going on strike Monday.
I've heard something about it. I
Uh,
haven't heard much. I haven't kept up on it. What is their main complaints? Do you know?
I don't know. They're crazy. Always money. Crazy. Hold on.
hmm
Crazy conference shag drive for a food warehouse. Ferdinand says, "What about the crap in California with the owner operators with the docks?" I'm not sure what you mean about the docks, but now if you're talking about the owner operators that are striking right now,
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. The AB5.
okay. Well, basically they were told to turn the trucks in, and because they were mis
Lease purchase.
misclassified as owner operators, and Walmart and those companies they're hauling for wouldn't hire them. So they parked their trucks in the middle of the freaking highway and went on protest. So they're protesting right now. But the cops arrested that Freedom Convoy guy out in what the hell state was it again? Whatever. But that's erupting too. So it's looking like it's protest there,
Was
protest in
was that
California.
from the convoy that happened over the summer or earlier this summer, I mean.
Yeah, but they were recently what they were doing is doing the Pennsylvania parallel, right? So what they were doing is run side by side with each other and slow
Hmm.
way down to like 10 miles
Oh.
or 40 miles an hour, and they were holding up traffic. Traffic backed up for miles, and they had timers in their trucks. They set the timer for 10 minutes.
Hmm.
They'd do it for 10 minutes, and then they'd stop doing it for 10 minutes. And the cops caught the guy with the timer.
Mm.
Man, that's silly, right? Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
And
Actually,
the
said,
worst
"What you
part
been
is
to?"
that we didn't get much fucking or excuse me, didn't mean to cuss. We didn't get much coverage of that freedom convoy, which we really needed. And they knew
I know.
the
Yeah,
media knew that we needed that coverage, but what did they do instead? They focused on Ukraine crisis came out instead.
I know. Who else said it's Jen and Charlie? Hey, so here's the
What's
thing. All
up?
right, did you know? If you noticed, truckers can slow down to 40 miles an hour on the freeway. They get arrested. These other knuckleheads can go out there to California and kick in windows, loot stores, burn down buildings, and all that shit, and nothing happens. What
Man,
the hell is that about?
they can walk in broad daylight to a Walgreens, clear out all the makeup in the aisle, and not even
Man,
get so much as a slap on the wrist.
I know. But, I guess different states, different rules. I guess
Hmm.
the governor or police chief or whatever out there where they arrested the Freedom Convoy guy decided they weren't going to put up with a bunch of crap. But,
For
uh, I don't know, man. It just don't seem right, does it? Don't seem right
no,
that, you know, truckers don't have any rights. Look what they did to them in Ottawa, man. Stole their fuel, their blankets, their food, trampled them with horses, man.
man.
Ferdinand says, now I remember the owner ops in Cali, they can no longer be a subcontractor for the companies. That's right. Yeah. It's screwed up. Yeah. They're protesting too. Right. Well, they
They
were
have to
earlier.
get their own authority before they can get back to work, which
Yeah.
is
Most of them
it's
will
not
probably
hard to
still get a
do
job.
if
Yeah.
they would go over across state lines, like say into Nevada or Arizona or something, because I know it's pretty much higher and more expensive over in California. If they were to
Yeah.
go over to Nevada and declare a residency there and set up their
Yeah.
owner operator license over there, they'd be a lot better
That's
off.
all they got to do. Yeah.
Yeah, simple
Yeah.
as that.
Yeah. All they have to do. Yeah. Change the residency and set their companies up in some other state. The problem with it at this point is the fear that it's going to spread to other states.
Yeah,
Don't have to
that's
spread to them all. It's just nobody knows which states it's going to spread to. So nobody wants to invest the money to open up
yeah,
in other states, really.
because through process of looking at the
Yeah.
past, almost everything that California does, they kind of lead the charge, and other
Yeah,
states tend to follow from their example. And I would hate to see something like that start affecting and trickling down into the other states.
it
That could
will
really
eventually.
change the face of trucking.
Yeah, it will eventually. I mean, it's just
That
a lot of people are filing bankruptcy over that lease purchase thing. A lot
that's
of
what's got
people
me
are
kind of
going
scared
broke.
to go over to 1099. Right now, I'm a W-2 employee, and
Yeah,
I would be kind of scared to jump over to 1099 now, knowing that this is what's happening in California. If this is going
yeah,
to affect other states, then am I
yeah.
going to
But
be in danger?
if you're working for an upstanding company that like an LTL that offers both, you can always just switch over. But
True.
a lot of those guys out there at the port that were working at the port, hauling that stuff over there, they didn't have any option. It's
Mm,
either run 1099 or that's the only option we have. And I drove for a
yeah.
company like that too. That was like, uh, is that's all they had was 1099 because the woman that owned the company had been in so much damn trouble with the law that she's not supposed to even have a trucking company.
Oh, wow.
She's the woman I did the video about back when I was doing the news videos that the guys kept wrecking the trucks and shit, they banned her from even having a trucking company. And then now she's opened up under a different name and got some other person's name on the documents and stuff so she can operate. But the only way she can run is as a 1099 company and doing it out of Chicago. That's the only way she can get away with it.
She found her back door.
Yeah, yeah,
There's always a way.
yeah.
I mean, take
There's
take
always
that
a
as an
loophole.
example. California drivers, there's always a way to go through a back door somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, they always find some kind of loophole. Ex lady's in the house. She
What's
said, trickle
up?
down economics. Where's my damn wrench? I don't know, ex lady. I tried to figure that out. I cannot figure it out. Let me see. Star comment, put user in timeout, block user. That's the only options. Oh shit! I didn't put you in timeout, did I?
You might have accidentally gotten the
Oh, I
wrench
did not.
yourself.
I certainly didn't. I didn't try to do it. No, I don't think I did. Maybe they took it away. I don't know. Took it away from me, maybe. But there's not even an option to give her a wrench now.
Hey, let's talk about trucker health for a second, man.
Okay.
Just a couple of days ago, I guess I caught myself a little 12 to 24-hour bug, and I didn't know what was going on. I got a
Oh
fever and
man.
chills, and muscles were
Yeah.
aching, and man, I couldn't move. I couldn't even wake up until probably about noon the next day after I got loaded, and I was supposed to be running. And I was talking with my old lady, and even my dispatcher, he told me, both of them did, that I needed vitamin C and vitamin D. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I took that vitamin C and that vitamin D, and man, I tell you, I felt better. I
Yeah.
felt a
Okay.
hell of a
So,
lot better.
emergency has one that has C, D, and zinc in it. That should knock out
Hmm.
anything. The
Yeah,
zinc, the C, and the D work together. That there you go. There it is. Emergency C, D, and zinc.
that's
That'll work.
that's what
That'll
I
knock out
got.
anything.
Man,
Hell
it
yeah.
helped. I
Yeah. Yeah.
felt
You're right.
better,
That
and
works. I was
I think
sick
it was
like two
an
weeks
hour
ago.
later. Hmm.
Hey, Derek says probably food poison. I guess could be.
I thought so too. I had Taco Bell from a truck stop, man, and I was thinking that's what it
Oh yeah.
caused, but I didn't have the bubble guts, so usually I get the
Huh.
bubble guts if it's something for the food, but
Yeah.
didn't have any of that. So I guess it was just maybe a 24-hour bug. Maybe forgot to wash my hands coming out of the bathroom or
Who knows?
something.
I was sick like 2 weeks ago for like a whole week.
Yeah. Was
I
it
drove
just?
off on a shipper and everything. I was so
Oh
pissed off.
man.
I got there and well, I went to pick up and I was already feeling bad. I get there in the afternoon. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the guys that work out there in the yard are all cool. Yeah, yeah, we'll get you taken care of. Go tell the guy in the office, and he'll. So I go in there and he's dealing with somebody else, but then he's like, "What the hell are you even doing here?" I was like, I'm here to pick up a load. Who sent you here? He's like being an ass, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. All right. So he says to pull up in front of the gate. He's going to let me in, right? So I
Hmm.
pull up in front of the gate, and his ass walks out there to my truck and looks at me like I'm stupid and goes, why are you sitting in front of my gate?
Like
I
you
said, you
told me to
told
be
me to
here.
pull up in front of the gate. You got to let me in.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm going to need you to get out of the way. I said, I flipped him off and I drove off.
I'd have done
Fucking
the
dumb.
same thing, man. You don't need
I
that
drove
crap.
off, man. I said, nah, I'm not dealing with that shit. I don't care. I don't care. Ex lady said, Atlanta
Not all
too.
heroes wear capes.
Yeah. Hershey says sushi from a truck stop. No. Oh, Clinton said truck stop sushi. Sushi. Hey, Clinton, you said that guy, that guy from Truckers of Reddit is in trouble, right? He is. Yeah. He
Man,
freaking
that
posted
guy.
that shit on Reddit with his truck number and everything, and you can see the decal, so you know where he works, and admitted to doing it. I'm like, they might actually fire him. I hope not, but. Hey,
Excuse
Flatty
me.
said truck stop sushi equals lot lizard. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, speaking of lot lizards, Derek, did you get you a lot lizard tonight?
Oh, Derek here. You
Yeah,
back?
Derek. Nah, maybe I don't know. Man, I was just teasing. Yeah, so yeah. So yeah, yeah. But anyway, yes. When you're sick like that, you don't want to have to deal with a bunch of bull crap. Oh
I
yeah, Clinton
wanted to
said
blame it
self.
on that Taco Bell so bad. I did
Yeah,
because it tastes like it was a little cold, like it was undercooked. But nah, I think
yeah.
it had to have been just a little quick bug, man. And I don't know what just came over me.
Hey, Castile, which is Derek, said try getting sushi from the Asian massage parlor. I told you, he knows where to find them. Yeah.
You guys are bad.
Um,
You're bad.
Derek knows where all the girls are at out there on the freaking road, man. If you need a freaking female, not saying that you need one, because I don't, I know you don't, but he knows where they're freaking at, Ferdinand
That
said,
boy
"Hey,
ain't
lady
right.
driver, never mind round two of the Rona. This monkey measles or flu or whatever. Got to be careful about this." Yes, yes. You've heard of the measles. I mean, the monkeypox is like a measles or flu thing that's going around. It
I
has
thought
these
I was
big
going to
wet.
start climbing around on top of the truck and everything. If I'd have started doing that, then that's what it might have been.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. What the hell's next? It's like they're just making up stuff, right? Making up
Exactly.
freaking, trying to
Supposed to be
panic the people.
another variant of the Rona coming out,
Yeah,
or it's already
trying to panic
making its
people.
rounds.
Yeah.
I look at it like, man, as long as I can keep this truck rolling and my paychecks keep coming in, let them keep making up stuff in the news. We'll show them the
Yeah.
truth.
Problem is though, now we got that going on. We got this war. We got they say a shortage of fuel and oil that is about to really kick us in the butt. Some people are saying 8 to 10 weeks before we run completely out. And
That's
so
scary right there.
yeah, and no electric trucks. There's no electric trucks for sale anywhere. We can't even get them. All we can do is build our own. You know.
That or fix these things up to where they run off of vegetable oil.
Yeah, may have to do that. Yeah, may have to do something like this.
Oh, Willie
Yeah.
Nelson, he used to make that stuff. Remember, I think he had it over at the Klein's Corners. He is selling it out of there. He was partnered up with them for a while.
Klein's Corners.
Yeah, out there in New Mexico.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, New Mexico. I was trying to think where that was at. Oh really?
yeah, right there before
Huh.
Albuquerque if you're heading west. And old
Yeah, I
Willie
know.
Nelson, he had it set up with him. He was heavily invested in that stuff. He was pushing it hard, but it kind
Really?
of fell on the wayside, and they ended up just using it as a ethanol mix.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Hmm.
Swiftly Swifton said, I used to watch Jed when he was driving for Swift back in the day. Glad you're doing good, Jed. Ha! Yeah, glad you're still around, Swiftly. Yeah, that was a long time ago, like 6 years ago.
Hmm.
Oh man. I remember it though.
Ex lady said there's reserves of oil. Yeah, we have our reserves, but
We have
some
it.
of
It's
it's
just
still
they're
in the
not wanting to
ground.
drill it. Yeah. Still in the
I was out
ground. The government don't want to let anyone drill it.
I was out in western Oklahoma along northern part of I-35, northern part of Oklahoma and I-35, and I saw some oil wells pumping out there. You know, the big hammer-looking
Yeah.
things that go up and down like that,
Yeah, I've
thumbtacks.
seen that too, yeah.
I've seen them pumping out there, and usually you'd go by there and they'd just be sitting still. So maybe we're getting some of the stuff up out of the ground.
Maybe so. Derek
Hmm.
said Carl's Corner, Texas. Uh, Quentin said back to horse and buggy with pallets max. Yeah, that's what my niece said the other night.
Amish trucking.
Hey, lady almost chugging. Quentin said factored by Mennonite Holdings. Ferdinand Carson, no electric trucks. I guess we will go down the road like Budweiser, Clydesdale horses, giddy up. That's what everybody's saying. It's got to get
That'll
to the
be what the
point where we're going to
Peterbilt
have to do
drivers will
something
be
like that.
pulling. You'll see all those Peterbilt
Yeah,
drivers out there with them Clydesdales. I guarantee it.
everybody that knocked people for having horses all these years, what are they good for? They're good for nothing. Well, they're good for something now.
They keep this country moving, boys.
Yeah, we survived on horses for hundreds of years, thousands, I
Yeah.
guess.
This seems like the government knows that they're doing this and that they maybe got a plan
Yeah,
B somewhere for what's going to happen once they know they crash us
yeah.
like that. But I'm kind of scared to see what their plan's going to be, especially with this administration. I don't like to get too
Yeah, I
political at
know.
times, but
And
it seems like this administration is
yeah.
probably going to go down in history as the most corrupt
Yeah, crashing
administration.
the freaking markets like he did, man. I'm like, he bankrupted a lot of freaking people, man.
And selling our
Yeah,
oil to China through a third
yeah,
party. you know.
I know, but okay, we lost a little bit with the stocks
Hmm.
and cryptos. There's some people that lost every freaking thing, man.
Yeah,
Lost their life
Voyager
savings.
filed for bankruptcy too. One of the crypto
Yeah, oh
trading
yeah, you told me
sites.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Voyager.
I had about
Oh,
$100 in them, and I had the majority of my money over in Coinbase, and I think I lost close to 3 grand over in Coinbase.
dude, I got my shit out of there and sent it to a crypto wallet.
That's
I
what I
guess I
should have
did it
done.
just in time. Remember when I sent you that text message? I said, "Hey,
Hmm.
I heard that Coinbase may be filing
Hey, almost.
bankruptcy, may not be able to get your money out." But when I sent you that, I had already transferred my stuff over to my wallet.
I should have done it right then and there because I waited
Yeah,
like a day or two, and every day it just kept going down, 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 and I
yeah,
was like, oh,
yeah, man,
it stuck a knife in me, but man, at
yeah,
least I came out with at least $1,500 of it. I pulled back out and
yeah,
I made it
man.
through with that. But
Man, it's not like for me. It's not like me to like lose money on stocks. Hardly ever do. But of course, I lost enough
this was different
last
though. It
year
was
to claim it on my
unavoidable.
taxes. But I got a couple of options wrong. I think it's a couple of options, and I said, okay, wait a second, something different is going on here.
Yeah.
Something different is about to happen from what I'm thinking. So I pulled my money out. I said, that's it, I'm done. And I'll tell you what, I knew good and well on this one option. I lost 5 grand on this one. And it's because I knew that if I waited another week, I'd get my money back. But I didn't want to. I was so freaking done because I was
Hmm.
like, there's something else going on here. I feel like I got to get out. I don't know what the hell's going on because I keep. It's not like for me to be freaking that wrong twice in a row. And then the next thing you know, as soon as I pulled my money out, the freaking market tanked. And I was like, I'm glad I freaking did, because if I hadn't have took that $5,000 loss like I did and got
It would have
out,
been
I'd have
more.
freaking lost everything.
Yeah. This was
So
something that just blindsided everybody. When it happened, it just happened
yeah,
fast.
sure
You
did.
know,
Yeah,
happened across the coin market. It happened across the stock market, and now
yeah.
it's
That's part of
trickling
me.
down.
Part of me wanted to be
Housing.
mad about losing the 5,000, but then part of me's like, nope, I'm not gonna be mad about it because at least I freaking saved the rest of it. At least I freaking didn't lose everything.
It's a good thing you
Yeah.
didn't move to California.
God, I know, man. Oh, yeah.
With
That,
everything happening to the housing market, to the stock market, and everything, to live out there in California right now, I hope you already have a house. Because if you're moving to
God.
California, you're going to be facing some outrageous prices.
Yeah, yeah. Ferdinand Carson said, "Yep, I heard Texas was asking people not to run electricity so long." Oh yeah, they may do it like that all over the country, man. They may say everybody's got to rotate their electricity. A
I've
friend of
been
mine
hearing,
sent me a thing that Biden wrote up. It's a plan to limit everybody's driving. Like he wants to tell everybody, every American citizen, you can only drive during hours that you're going to and from work, and like even the big trucks can only run during certain hours of the day and stuff like that. And he
wow.
wants to. It's just it hasn't made it out. It hasn't got out yet, and it probably never will.
That to me is an example of him not thinking shit through properly at
God, I
all because
know,
people already can't afford to just go drive to be driving.
yeah.
They're pretty
I
much
know.
only driving to and from work as it is, you
Yeah.
know.
You know how
Like,
hard it is to haul
does
this freight anyway.
he don't even
I
listen to himself, I
know,
swear.
yeah.
That
Look,
Biden ain't.
it don't even make sense. X Lady said, Jad, your boy Elon likes manipulating the market. Oh, yeah. Oh, we had a little fun. Now the fun's over, I guess. Oh,
He's
man.
been going back and forth with Twitter, man. They wouldn't tell him how many bots they had, and then now all of a sudden they've got to because they're bringing him to court because he backed out
Yeah,
of the deal. And man,
yeah.
he's like, okay, you guys are playing right into my game. He's like, I
It's
wanted to know
funny,
how many
though, that he
bots. You gonna
outed them
force
like
him?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That thing
man,
is great, man, because how many times have we sat on there
I
on any
know.
of the social media platforms and said, "I think this is a bot. I think this is just a
Yeah,
spammer
yeah.
or something," and
Well,
then
I placed an ad
Elon
on
shows
Twitter.
us.
I placed
Hmm.
an ad on Twitter to promote my YouTube channel,
Hmm.
and so I was watching the views. Because I mean, look, if you gotta get views to your YouTube videos, you can just simply go place a freaking YouTube ad, and
Yeah,
get views to your video, and you'll get some new viewers and subscribers and all that.
right.
Okay, but you go to Twitter and place a freaking ad, it's all freaking bots. You'll
Yeah,
get followers and shit, but look at what they are. It's all freaking fake accounts and shit.
yeah. The quality of them is just
Yeah,
nothing. It's crap because it doesn't
it
transfer over to
is.
YouTube. Yeah. And all they're
Yeah.
doing is trying to show, okay, yeah, let's justify the money you spent on your ad here. We're going to give you a bunch of likes, a bunch of clicks, a bunch of shares, and that's it.
I can say one thing: YouTube is a lot more strict on that stuff. Like
I'm
you may
glad.
not get much out of it with YouTube, but you will get what you paid for.
Well, how does it transfer with TikTok? How do they do any kind of like ads and stuff over there where they'll
No,
sponsor a
because it's
video
hard to
or
get. Okay, in that last video I just uploaded called "I
Mhm.
Quit," I was kind of messing around.
Yeah,
Yeah, that I kind of was talking about that in that one. All right, so it's hard to get advertisers to advertise on vertical view videos, like
oh,
where
okay,
it's
that's
filmed
what
up
you're
right.
yeah, yeah,
It's partly because of the way they film the footage for the commercials, right? So
yeah,
you've got a horizontally filmed commercial advertising on a vertical video. It's just freaking weird and tacky,
right,
right? So they don't like that. Okay, so uh, in order to get advertisers to vertical view videos, you'd have to convince them to film their commercials in vertical view, which to
okay,
most of them, that's an abomination. They're not going to do that.
yeah,
They're like, "Are
yeah,
you shitting me? Turn my camera freaking sideways." All because Mark Zuckerberg back a few years ago was wrong about something. Because he's the one that started it. He wanted to do Facebook TV and he
hmm
wanted the videos to be vertical just to be freaking weird, I guess.
just to be
And
different, yeah,
it did well. Okay, so it's designed to be watched on your phone or an
hmm
iPod. Well, iPods aren't around anymore.
hmm
So the only way they show in uh, full spectrum is on your smartphone. Because if you
okay.
play a vertical view video on your smart TV or your tablet,
It
it's
just
freaking
takes up,
screwed up.
yeah,
Yeah, it's screwed
it's
up.
real
So
small, yeah.
the only way it looks right is on your smartphone. Okay, so
So what
advertisers
about
don't want to film
bads
videos with
or
it.
ads like that are banners or something like that?
Yeah, maybe I don't know, but they don't want to film commercials like that, man. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, that's the dumbest thing ever. Hey, but on TikTok it works. It works on TikTok, but they have to like say, okay,
30
what
seconds or less.
it's like we're gonna have to do it to where like every 10 videos you watch, an ad pops up that's vertical view or whatever. Or
Hmm.
maybe it's horizontal view, but you're only seeing this much of it. And
Hmm.
maybe the advertisers will pay for that. Or maybe it'll be a full length ad that's in text.
Or they could
I
do
don't
it
know.
where it automatically
Yeah,
fits the screen.
yeah, something like
Auto
that. Yeah,
fit.
they'll figure out a way to make it work. But for now,
Hmm.
the creators are monetizing their own ways. Okay, there you get brand deals, you get sponsorships, but another thing too is brand deals, sponsorships, but viewers when you go live, viewers tipping you. That's big. It's big
Okay.
over there.
On
They do
TikTok?
actually do pretty good off of that over there.
Right on.
Like
I've
for
noticed that it
example,
definitely helps for promoting your channel cross
yeah,
platform from
yeah.
TikTok over to YouTube or over to Facebook or wherever else you're at or Instagram. I've seen a lot of different
Mm.
social media
Okay,
influencers doing that.
in that last video I uploaded, I keep mentioning it, but I was talking about. I made that remark in that video about I've been watching too many mystics on TikTok, and the reason that is because everybody's like watching the tarot readers and the psychics and stuff, and it's not because we're wanting to get our fortune told. It's because
Yeah.
they're blowing up so big. Because when they go live, because they always do live videos. When they do lives,
Hmm.
they get like 30,000 people watching at one time. And when you
Wow.
sit there and watch the people tip them for telling them shit,
Yeah.
look what that shit adds up to. All right, and then here's another thing. And they'll say, hey, if you want me to read your fortune, cash app me 20 bucks right now. All right,
Wow.
these people are cash apping them 20 freaking bucks
I'm in the
just a
wrong
little makeup
profession.
and shit to make them feel better. I know. And so imagine out of 30,000 people, what if 100 people cash apped on? That's 2 grand.
I think
Okay,
I
but
might.
that's not counting all the people that's tipping them shit on there, man.
I think I might
God,
start a channel. Go buy me a box of 100 fortune
tarot
cookies from
cards.
a Chinese restaurant, and just take them and
Yeah,
say, hey, whoever wants their fortune read, send me
I know.
$5, and then I'll grab a fortune cookie out of the box, crack it
Yeah,
open, and say, uh, "Be
yeah.
small
There's this
in a
one
big
girl that puts
world."
us to sleep at night. There's a girl that puts us to sleep at night called Reiki Fairy. Reiki Fairy. Reiki Fairy.
Mhm.
But she's addictive. Okay, once you start listening to her, watching her, her voice is real calm. She's like ASMR, but
Oh,
she's like
okay.
wiping a crystal across the screen. She's got this music playing in the background, and it will knock you out, man. It will. She'll knock you out. All right, but you'll sleep so good. If you have
Don't
trouble
watch it
sleeping,
while driving.
yeah, don't do that because she will put you to sleep. But if you have trouble sleeping, she'll knock you out, man. You'll sleep so good. But on one of her videos, I was adding it up. She made at least 2 grand, at least 2 grand while I was watching her. I was
You're
like,
gonna need a day
holy
job with
cow,
that. That's awesome.
man, they're making the freaking money. That kind of stuff is really blowing up over there. The trucking niche, I think, is a little too small, although it's growing every day.
Yeah, it's a smaller niche, but there's so many that are
Yeah,
flooding the market on
yeah.
social media with it. There's I remember
People,
you being one of the
yeah.
OGs of trucking. Before I got into trucking, your channel was one of the ones that I followed and got my tips and advice from. I remember when you had the twins on and everything,
That's why I still had
I
to.
loved it. Yep. I was like,
Yeah,
man, how's he got these girls on here? Wow. But
yeah.
yeah, I watched you and what was it? Trucker Brown, chasing Andrew Jackson. What was that
Dr.
guy?
Brown, yeah.
Guilty something or other. I haven't seen him in a while, but there was some guy named Guilty, and he had some numbers behind it. But that and a couple others. Man, before long, I felt like I was almost an expert before I even got into trucking. But of course, that's every trucker. We're all
Yeah.
experts from
Yeah,
day
so
one.
Trucker Brown did he does a live that's pretty much a podcast. But
Mhm.
I just watched it for a second because I think I was getting unloaded somewhere, but it's like it's pretty freaking good.
Oh, he's still around?
He's good
I
at
thought he
that.
fell off.
I know, man, because he went to Twitch and tried to do gaming.
Oh,
And I
okay.
went over to Twitch and I subscribed to him and I watched him.
Uh-huh.
He may not have known I was there, but I was watching him because I was
Right
like,
on.
I get it. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to pivot away from YouTube, right? Trying to pivot away from the trucking crap, right? I don't
Hmm.
blame him because it does get old trying to talk about trucking all the time. All right, so I watched him and I was like, this guy could really freaking do a good podcast if he would just get the hell away from trucking. Now, I understand this. I'm sorry I'm saying that stuff, but understand this. When I quit talking about trucking stuff, I started getting sponsorships and brand deals. When I went back to talking about trucking stuff, they all went away. Advertisers don't like the trucking niche. You know, okay, well, you have to ask yourself, why do they not like trucking?
They
Well,
want current
because,
events.
well, here's what somebody told me. All right, One, most truck drivers don't have a home. They can't order anything off the internet. So why would
Mhm.
an advertiser want to pitch anything to them? Two,
Mhm.
if a truck driver pulls into a Walmart or a store like that, how do they leave the parking lot? There's no trash
Yep.
out. Shit like that. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know that that's everything, but I think it's trucking is such a small niche, and actually, I think the real reason is because when the trucking companies are hiring like crazy, they pay the most for the ad space.
That's
They
true.
bid the ad rate up on these YouTube channels where these other advertisers are like, it's not worth it to us to do that.
Mhm.
You know, because if a trucking company hires somebody, what's that recruit worth to them versus the McDonald's cheeseburger? you know?
Oh yeah. I've
Yeah.
had a friend of mine that I was at a company with, my original company when I first started trucking, and she ventured away from doing trucking itself for a while and started recruiting as an independent third party for a
Yeah.
couple of different companies. And man, she was making anywhere between 3 and 5 grand per person that she brought in to
Yeah.
each of those companies. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm in the wrong business. And she did it for 90 days straight, I think it was. And wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I was driving for Swift,
Hmm.
they offered me a big check to stay there when I told them I was leaving, you know? So I left and I went to CalArc, and CalArc was paying me for every recruit that called them that mentioned my YouTube channel. Dude, there was some weeks that I made more money from the recruiting than I did from driving the truck. I had a $4,000 week one week. You
Hmm.
know, made 4 grand in one week just from the YouTube and the from the YouTube,
Recruiting.
from the driving and the recruiting, everything together.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, there's money in this shit. It's like, damn.
There was another YouTuber, I
Yeah,
remember him telling his story, Little Man Trucking. He was talking about doing that
yeah,
with a company he was with, and man, he was bringing in the bank. He was making tons of
yeah.
money,
But
and
the
everybody at the
problem is,
company started hating on him, and they
yeah,
had to get rid of him because they were all
okay,
going to walk out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing with that.
Hmm.
What I learned is this. Okay, you can't trust recruiters to pay you. Some you can trust, some you cannot. But you should eliminate that from the whole picture. The reason is, it's because when people do podcasts, they're
Hmm.
not gonna say, "Hey, pay me a percentage or something of what you make." They don't do that.
Yeah, because
All
how do they
podcasts
know?
they
You
charge
don't know.
$25 per thousand views or expected views. They
Hmm.
expect that podcast to get 100,000 views. You're paying $2,500 at the minimum for one little ad. Okay, and then a lot of YouTubers I've spoke to, they tell me it's anywhere from $100 to $250 per subscriber of the channel,
Wow.
even though they know that they're not all going to watch. A
Right.
small fraction actually watches your videos, okay? But that's still what they charge the advertisers. So if say, and then also sometimes they a couple of YouTubers have said they tried to charge it tried to price it like a podcast, $25 per thousand views, and a lot of times the advertising and companies will say that's not enough. We'll pay you more.
Mm.
So what the hell is it actually worth? you know, this ad space. I mean,
Supply and
this
demand.
reach is crazy. It really is.
Yeah.
It's there's money in it, you know. But what I was gonna say with Trucker Brown is I don't know what his ad rate is.
Hang on, Dred. They're knocking on my door for me to come and go pick up my trailer.
Oh, okay. Hey, nice
Yep.
having you out here, man.
Yep. I wish I could have been more talkative. I know I was real silent tonight,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it was great. It was great. Okay.
you guys
All
have
right.
a great night. Dred, I'm out.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
How do I turn this?
All right. So anyway, I was gonna say with Trucker Brown and his little podcast thing is that he could really grow that big, and he could be charging per thousand views for ads, and he could be controlling that revenue that he's making instead of somebody else controlling it. So that's really good what he's doing, and he seems to be a good fit for it. So might would pay attention to him. He may be really big at some point, but I think in order to be too big to be really big, you're gonna have to kind of pivot away from trucking some. Anyway, so Quentin says success depends on the personality of the person and the content. Yeah, yeah. Because on YouTube, it's really about personalities, right? Really is, I guess. But man, content is king, is what YouTube says. Content is king. You got good content, you can shoot it with a freaking banana or potato phone. What do they say? You can shoot it with a potato. Oh, a camera. The camera people used to call the potato is a great big round camera. Whatever. Webcam. Oh yeah, webcam. But anyway, so you shoot your videos with a potato camera and you'll still do good if your content is good. But there's a lot to be said for having good quality footage and good quality audio. You know, need to at least try, is what they say. So, is there anything in the description that I forgot to mention? Oh, OTR versus LTL trucking. Why OTR versus LTL trucking? Oh, okay, okay. In OTR trucking, you have that never-ending fatigue that happens. Okay, you run like crazy, run like crazy, run like crazy all the time, and then weeks later you take time off. All right, and it's one day off for every day out. Okay, and you might make a living, you might not, because it fluctuates so much. But with LTL, it's much easier work. They don't just pay by the mile; they pay by the mile, by the hour, and by the stop. And so you're not working near as freaking much, but you're making twice as much money. And so I don't know why more people don't do LTO. Oh man, I don't know. But I want to save that conversation for Derek because Derek knows LTL stuff very good. I'm gonna have to get him on here. I'm gonna get him on here and have him talk about LTL stuff. But so I probably shouldn't be talking about that too much. Yeah, Ace Lady said LTL is less than truckload. That's right. And I have found that the LTL companies pay so much better and treat people so much better. And you don't have to worry about a dang DAC report. They don't check a DAC report. So anyway, uh, and there's so many of them out there. There's so many of them out there that all do the same thing. Yeah, yeah. Quentin says LTL is fine if you like stability. Yeah, yeah, because they've been around a long time. It's the jobs are stable. They don't breathe down your neck. It's not like you're not punching a clock. It's some are like you're punching a clock. Some are not. Some are just easy come, easy go. You don't have to worry. The loads are easy to deliver. They pay you so much, so many different ways. You don't have to worry about making a living. You're gonna make a living. You're gonna make a really good living. And so anyway, I just can't hardly take over the road anymore. That's what I was gonna say. I mean, dude, over the road just wears me out so bad these days, man. I just get so sick of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and just so monotonous, man. That it's just, sometimes you feel like you just gotta kind of slow down and enjoy your life. So it brings me back to a dream I had. I had a dream the other day. I was gonna make a video about it, and I forgot. Okay, so I had a dream that I woke up and I was 77 years old, and I looked around and realized I was still in a truck, and I'm like, what the hell am I still doing in a truck at 77 years old? And I thought, oh no, I wasted my life. I wasted my whole life away in a truck. Surely not. And I was thinking, but what could I have done different? You should have done anything else other than that. All right. And so, anyway, then I woke up. I was like, "Ooh, boy, sometimes life has a way of waking you up, don't it?" Yeah. Do you really want to spin your wheels running up and down that freaking road your whole life, and then one day wake up and realize it all passed you by? I don't know about that. Yeah, that's why I say with over the road trucking, I wouldn't recommend anyone planning to do it for too long. Maybe a few years to save some money. But with LTL, you have a lot more time off to enjoy your life. But still, some of them too, they work you a lot, you know. So I don't know. Clinton says, but for some of us, it gets boring. X Lady said, I've worked in the transportation industry since I was a teen. My first job was in freight claims. X Lady was the girl that you called when the pallets fell over in your trailer. You didn't make that turn too sharp. They just fell over. River? Everybody's had something like that happen. Yeah, I was just driving down the road and the pallets just fell over and everything went to the floor. Oh, I wasn't going too fast. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, hot rodders saving trucking, not trucking. Hell, they don't care about trucking. Hot rodders saving America by ripping the drivetrains out of these old trucks and fitting them with electric motors and shoving the engine compartment full of batteries and hauling shit with them. You know, I guess that's what it's gonna take, man. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there you go. Quentin said in a different reality, you're having a dream where you're staring out the window in your office wishing you pursued trucking. That's true. That's right. Yeah, there's some people like that. Yep. Or staring out the window of your office thinking, man, I wish I had took that vacation I always dreamed of, but I never did. You know, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's gonna happen to people. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure you enjoy your life before it's too late. Derek said, Cowlark, I just passed him. Oh, you did? Oh, on I-30. Oh, cool. Man, I gotta get Derek on here at some point. Yeah, talk about LTL and all that stuff. He knows a lot about it. He was in the military, and that's how he learned about it. And so, he taught me a lot of stuff about it. But yeah, um, he can tell you what to look for and everything for people that are interested in it. And there's just so many that do it. You don't want to. I mean, if wherever you live, you can find one. You find a good one. You don't have to go and move somewhere to find one. They're everywhere. But he can tell you what to look for. You know, how they operate, how the good ones operate. That's really cool. Anyway, so I guess is there anything else we were supposed to talk about? If there was, I can't remember what it is. Oh, no, I gotta pee. So, guys, you guys want to go back to the plain old freaking videos like we were doing before, and not the vertical views? We're not gonna be able to do that vertical view stuff on YouTube. That's pissing YouTube off. I have to put that stuff over on TT. I'm gonna quit saying that other platform's name too, because that's gonna make them mad. All right, so I'm gonna put those videos on the other platform, and we're just gonna have to do plain old horizontal view freaking videos over here because that stuff is peeing YouTube off from what I was told. They're not liking that. And the advertisers don't like them either. So, back to the basics with the channel. All right, I appreciate everybody watching the videos and liking and subscribing. And if you haven't hit that notification bell, be sure to do it because at some point YouTube unnotified everybody. It had something to do with people being subscribed to channels more than once. Like if you subscribe to the channel on your phone, subscribed on your computer, subscribed on your TV, it somehow counted as three subscribers. And so they had to go in and fix that. And when they did, they accidentally unsubscribed people and accidentally unselected the notification bell for a lot of people. So that's why they're not getting notifications. Um, oh, X-Lady said, I just like seeing any video of Sexy Dread. I told you I'd come see you the other day. I'm kind of kidding about that, but she knows I'm not. Nah, I was like, I sent her an email like a week ago. Said, hey, I'm in your area. I knew she wouldn't respond in time. Yeah, I was like, I gotta let her know I'm here though. Frederico Galvin said, what going on, bro? What's going on, Frederico? Hey, any word on those overseas trucking jobs? I get a lot of people asking about those. I want my damn wrench back, said X Lady. X Lady, we gotta figure that out. How do you get your wrench back? Yeah, I don't see any option for it. There is no option for it. I don't know what happened to that. Oh, I just put your comment on the screen, didn't I? Oh my word! I didn't know I could do that. Do you see it, X Lady? There's so much stuff about this I don't even know. I've been doing this for 6 years, people. Oh man, do you see your comment, X Lady, on the screen? That right there. That is so cool. She said, "I see it." Oh, look, there it is. I see it. I see it. Oh, dude, we could come up with something. Oh man, could we not? We could come up with some kind of a prank to prank people. What could it be? I wonder what we could do. Oh, little brain is working right now. I'm thinking, hmm. I wonder what we could do to prank people. Because people come in late into the live stream. Clinton says, "Look at this guy." Oh, yeah, look at this one right here. Oh, when they troll, especially. Oh, when they troll, we could do something to them. I don't know what yet. Well, we'll figure something out. Make them look really silly. um, there's a way to use that. I know to really be funny. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Oh man. Oh, let's see what that does. Look at this guy. Oh yeah. Huh, see, you could be commenting something about my nose. I know, yeah. Just hopefully we can make this really funny. Oh, God. Oh, man. Sexual innuendos, maybe. No, I don't know. Oh, we're gonna have fun with that eventually once we figure it out. Actually, said, if you want more views, hit up the other Trucker James. What are you talking about? What? Well, who the hell is that? I've never even heard of that. Yeah, right. I've never heard of that guy. Why would I be on somebody's live stream I've never heard of? Anyway, Jordan B said, a Dread and OTJB Drink Fest would attract so many views. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Oh, the YouTube talker. Gosh, when I think of that guy, when I think of that name, I keep thinking Dukes of Hazzard. Wasn't that guy's name James Best? Dukes of Hazzard? See, told you. Well, I mean, I'm not, I don't hardly watch any of the others. Okay, whatever. Actually, I'm trying to save face. No, man. Well, here's the thing. I don't want my channel to be all trucking anymore, though, because it hurts. It really, the ad revenue does suck right now for trucking. And plus, it hurts you as far as brand deals and sponsorships. I couldn't freaking get any when I was doing trucking. Then I stopped doing trucking videos. I did the crypto videos and stuff. Boy, they started pouring in. And then anyway, back to trucking and I went away. Poor Dread wouldn't get a single word in. Probably not, huh? Oh, yeah. I always get a word in. Trust me. Oh, isn't all trucking. Oh, well, that's good. Maybe I'll check out his channel. I might actually watch one of his videos or something just to see what it's about because I don't think I've ever watched him. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, might check him out, man. Yeah. Anyway, so okay, we've been going for over an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, that's probably long enough. Oh, I might go live stream on TikTok. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta stop saying that word over here. Okay, guys, I might go live over there because I need to do some lives. I just got approved to do them. Got approved. I sure did. Yes, I did. They approved me. So we may be doing some over there. So I guess until next time, maybe later on TikTok. All right. I appreciate everybody for watching. Stock up with Larry Jones. Check him out. Stock up with Larry Jones. Tell him to check him out. All right. Dating advice to Derek. That would be good. Yeah. All right. Till next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Dread out.